All righty. So you texted me this morning. We had a brief conversation regarding some new information that you remembered from just reflecting on what's been going on with this case. So you want to start with that? So did you write some things down?
I did. So they're kind of out of order. They kind of just are as they came to my head.
Sure.
So we'll go over them in the order that I wrote them down.
That's fine.
So I was thinking about the whole, what is the name of the stuff she sold for Lavelle?
Thrive.
I'm sorry?
Thrive,
that's right. I was like, it starts with a T and I'm trying to blank. So I started thinking about this whole Thrive thing because I remember that we spoke at the end of last week and you were asking what I thought of it, and I made it clear that I didn't understand it. And the reason I had a hard time understanding it was because I didn't understand how people who were living sedentary lifestyles and had poor diets were losing so much weight on this program, and Chris was never able to tell me what was in it. Like he not always, but when we first met, he was like, you should try this stuff, and I never wanted to. I was uncomfortable with it because I didn't know what it was. And I even had looked on their website and I still didn't completely understand it, and so I just I stayed away from that. And not only that, I mean, he told me, the only things he pretty much told me is it gives you energy and it's like a weight loss supplement, and I'm not trying to lose any weight. Like, I don't need that, and I didn't feel like I needed the energy either. So he never pushed it again, and I never like, he always wore the Thrive patches, and I never questioned it. It was like what he did. But one thing I do remember him mentioning to me when he first tried to introduce me to Thrive was that you needed one patch a day. And when he would hang out with me, he always wore two.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Do you remember where he wore them?
Yeah, so he would usually wear one on like his left bicep area, and then sometimes he would wear another one on the right side in the same spot, or he would wear it on his like lower back.
Okay.
But he always had two, and I remember thinking like, I thought you only needed one of these. Why are you using two? And I never questioned it, because for me, I mean, like, I never questioned him about it, because to me, I just felt like since I wasn't involved with that program and I didn't want to be involved, it wasn't really my position to question him.
Sure.
And now I know that there's also supplements that go with it. There's like a pill and like a morning shaker. There's like a lot of stuff that goes with it, but there's like a daily routine of like 3 or 4 items that you are supposed to take. Now, was he doubling up on those other items? I am not sure.
Was he following? Do you know if he was following the complete routine?
Ja, pappa och jag har pratat om en sak. Vi är lite oroliga för dig.
Det handlar om skärmen.
Ja, men det här är viktigt. Det handlar om vad du lägger din tid på.
Vi vill att du ökar.
Tack.
As far as I know, he was following it. And he had told me that is why he lost a bunch of weight. He said that the reason he lost so much weight was all because of Thrive. And then he said that at some point a few months ago, he had started getting stagnant with the weight loss. And so that is when he decided that he was going to start working out again. And that's when he decided he wanted to start eating healthy as well, because he was realizing that he'd like plateaued and he still wanted to continue with his fitness. But I think he was realizing like maybe a diet, like a healthy diet and exercise is what I need at this point. So that was the avenue that he was starting to go down, and he'd been going down by the time I met him, but he was still doing the Thrive on top of it.
Okay.
So the thing that caught my attention about this recently when I was thinking about it is the fact that I think maybe the reason he was doing the 2-a-days, and this is just speculation, is because it had like plateaued. So maybe he was doubling up because he thought it had plateaued. So the reason that this comes to my attention is because of his weight loss. So he lost 13 pounds in about 5 weeks. In fact, I can give you the dates. He lost 13 pounds from July 4th to August 11th is how much weight he lost. Because July 4th was the day that I went to his house and sat down with him and asked him, how much do you weigh? And he asked me, can you just like look at my macros and see how much protein people my size that usually eat and all that, and just asked me to like glance at it. So that's why I went over there.
So that's
like,
when you say his house, that's his house in Frederick that he shared with Shanann.
Yes, that's the one that I told you guys I went to on the 4th, and that was why I went there, was to sit down with him that morning of the 4th and just discuss his goals, and again, I'm not a fitness trainer, so he already had an idea in mind. He was just asking me, like, can you just glance at this and tell me what you think, since you pay such close attention to these things. So anyways,
I'm going to ask you, I think I already asked you and we discussed this once, but July 4th was the first time you went to his house, and then I think you said like the following Monday or Sunday was the second and final time you'd been to his home?
I will have to, it was a Saturday, and I'll have to look it up. It was either hold on, let me pull out a calendar. I really just want to that's July. So the 4th, and then that weekend, I think, and I will double check this, but I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact I was at his house on July 4th. Mm-hmm. And I think the second time I went to his house was Saturday the 14th.
Okay. And those are, if I remember right, you only had been there 2 times, right?
Yeah, like I didn't want to go back. After that second time that I was there, it was like, I don't want to be at this house. Like, if you want to hang out, come to my house. So the 14th was the last time I was there.
Okay.
But back to this, so the Thrive thing. So I was like kind of concerned that he was losing so much weight, but I also wasn't, because he was like kind of fine-tuning his diet, but it was enough for me to look at it, because I was like, well, I mean, it wasn't like a severe weight loss, but it was kind of fast. So I was like, okay, well, are you getting enough calories? What's going on? And I couldn't figure it out, because I was looking at what he was eating, and it was like healthy proteins and vegetables, and he was eating a decent amount of food, and I'm just like, how is this man losing so much weight? And then I started thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, it's because he was like doubling up on all the Thrive stuff, and he was starting to eat really healthy. So that, I think, is...
So did you see a change in him personally during that time from July 4th? July 4th to August 11th, when he lost that kind of weight?
What did you say? What was the question you were asking?
Did you see a lot of change in him? Like, not physical change, but was his personality different, or was it just the weight loss?
No, it was just the weight loss. Like, okay. I didn't think he was any different. But this is the one thing that I wanted to point out to you guys, was that he was always this way. I just want to state that right now. Like, this was not something that started at any certain point. But from the first time that we started hanging out, he always had a ridiculous amount of energy. And it wasn't that he was, like, super high strung and bouncing off the walls. It was that he could stay up. He, like, didn't need to sleep. And he was always that way. Like, when we would hang out, oh my God, I would try to get him to go to bed at like 10 o'clock every night. I'm like, if you're going to stay here, you need to go to bed at like 10, because I have to get up and go to work in the morning, and so do you. And he would keep me up like every night. And we usually, I would say, I mean, it kind of fluctuated, but typically I would say that we went to bed somewhere, when he stayed the night at my house, on those nights, somewhere between 11 o'clock and midnight every night. And it used to bug me because it was like, I was so tired.
What time did you
I want to go to
wake?
bed.
What time did you usually wake up?
It kind of depended on the day and what I had going on at work, but I would say in between 4:30 and 5 is like a pretty accurate assumption of when I'm supposed to get up for work.
Okay. All right.
So, I mean, and then so what I would do is I would go to work all day, and then when I would get off work, I would sleep. I would go home and nap, and my naps varied in time. Sometimes it was a half an hour, sometimes it was like an hour and a half. It was like whatever my body needed. And then I would get up, and I would go to the gym, and then after I got back from the gym, he would come over to my house, and it would be the same thing where it was like he would keep me up. And I will tell you, without those naps, there's no way I would have been able to keep up with him. No way. And another thing about that too, and he was always like that, always. And it used to, I could tell like his body wanted to sleep, but like his mind couldn't sleep. And the reason that I say that is because he sometimes I would see him, like he would keep me up. So I'd be like, all right, well, like let's watch a movie, you know, if you want to hang out. And so we'd be up, and I'd see him like doze off and then like wake right back up, and like doze off and wake right back up.
Okay.
And there was a few times that we were having a conversation, and he would be talking to me, Kevin, he would like fall asleep mid-sentence and wake up, like snap, and he would like snap out of it like 5 or 10 seconds later and keep talking right where he left off.
That's weird.
Yeah, it always like blew my mind. I was like, this guy must really like me if he is like avoiding sleep to be with me. And it was like, I couldn't do it. Like I napped probably almost every single day after I hung out with him.
Right. Okay.
Honestly, it was like he was on speed.
So you think the Thrive thing contributed to that, or at least his own drive for losing weight and getting in shape, and maybe his attraction to you drove him, because you're pretty physically fit and he was kind of motivated by that. I think I remember you saying that earlier, that you were trying to help him get in better shape.
Första andetaget överhuvudtaget i din mammas mage 9 månader var det första hemmet jag hade. Förlåt, jag kanske inte sa det. Jag berättar.
Well, and I mean, he was already in good physical shape, and he was already taking care of his health and his diet and the gym. I just think he was like, hey, since you're already in this live a healthy lifestyle, would you be willing to just give me some input? Maybe I can fine tune it.
But do you think that was some of the motivation for him to stay awake long hours and, use maybe multiple patches of Thrive to try to impress you, for lack of better terms?
No, I think it was the Thrive, and I think his body wanted to sleep. I think it really wanted to sleep. I think he legitimately was trying to lose weight, and I think that's what was keeping him up.
Cool.
Because at the end of the day, like, I wanted to sleep, but he just was, like, really restless and didn't seem like he wanted to. But he always seemed, like, really respectful of my wishes, so you would think that he would be on board with that. But it was almost like he, like, couldn't calm his brain, you know? And like I said, he wasn't acting high energy. He just, like, wouldn't sleep. And I almost think that's what it was. It was almost restless, where it's like, hey, I can't turn off at the end of the night, stay up with me. And he never said that, but that was kind of the impression that I got.
Okay.
And so, and again, the double Thrive patches, I mean, maybe, but I don't really think he was trying to impress me. I mean, he told me, like, I had plateaued on this stuff. So I think maybe he was like, whoa, what if I double dip?
Mm-hmm.
So,
right, so he's trying to get over it. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think that was a motivated thing for him. I think that was because he was already working on the Thrive thing, and like I said, in his fitness, he was doing all that prior to me being in his life.
Okay.
So and I don't know if he was double patching before I met him. He double patched the whole time I knew him. So I don't know if like that occurred once I came into his life, or if he had already started doing that once he plateaued. I never asked.
Okay.
I just found that really interesting, so I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And that's the kind of things that I want, when we talked prior, just to get you to recall things that didn't seem out of place then, but when you reflect back may have seemed out of place now with what you know. So what's next?
I mean, it was scary to me. Like, it was scary that he lost that much weight on that stuff, but I guess a lot of people do, and I keep thinking about it. I'm like, it almost seems like it's a drug.
If you look at any diet, though, I mean, I'm not a fitness guy, but if you read about Atkins or any of these other diets, people lose excessive amounts of weights in short periods of time. So, yeah, but whatever. I think it's interesting that this Thrive played a part in it. And quite frankly, I am going to get one of these patches to try to figure out what it is. So we'll figure that out at some point. So,
okay.
What's next on your list?
Let's see. Okay. So this is Saturday.
So
This
Saturday
is what I made a reference to.
would have
This
been
is Saturday, the 11th of August.
okay.
Was that the 11th?
Yep.
Okay. This is the night that we attend